Turn off every light around you right now. Go on. Sit in total darkness. Within seconds, something ancient wakes up inside you. Your heart beats faster, your ears strain, your eyes dart to the corners of the room. Nothing has changed. The room is exactly the same as it was a moment ago. But your body doesn't believe that for a second. Your body is certain that something is out there. You have locks on your doors, electric lights, no predators. You are the most dangerous animal on this entire planet. And yet a dark hallway still makes you walk a little faster. Why? Why are we, of all creatures, afraid of nothing at all? The answer is a 2 million-year-old program still running inside you. One that kept your ancestors alive and was never switched off. To understand the fear, we have to go back, way back, 2 million years to the African savanna. In daylight, early humans were doing just fine. We had sharp eyes. We could spot prey. We tracked footprints, read the land, and hunted together. The sun was our home turf. We owned the day, but humans are a daytime animal, built for the light. And then every single evening, the sun went down. Watch what happens to a human when the light dies. Our eyes, nearly useless in the dark. We can't smell a predator on the wind. We can't hear a paw stepping through the grass. Everything that made us powerful simply switched off. For half of every day, we were helpless. And we were not alone out there in the dark. The things that wanted to eat us were waiting. Lions, leopards, hyenas, saber-toothed cats. All of them built for one thing, hunting at night. Better eyes, better ears, better noses than ours. For them, darkness wasn't dangerous. It was an advantage. When the sun set, the dinner bell rang, and on that menu, slow, soft, and half-blind, was us. We don't have to guess how bad it really was. The fossils tell the story themselves. Ancient human skulls have been found with puncture marks, 2 neat holes the exact width of leopard fangs, and leopards hunt at night. The math is grim. We weren't the hunters in that story. We were the prey, dragged quietly into the dark, night after night. For hundreds of thousands of years, the darkness was the single deadliest thing we ever faced. So the darkness started to shape us, literally. Imagine 2 early humans born into that world. The first one feels nothing when the sun goes down. The dark doesn't bother him. He's curious, he's brave, so he wanders off into the night to explore. The second one feels a cold spike of dread. It's uncomfortable. It's irrational. He hates it, but it keeps him pinned to the safety of the fire. Now, which of these 2 lived long enough to have children? The fearless explorer? He fed the leopards. The frightened one stayed by the fire and survived. And he passed something down to his children, the fear. This is natural selection, working on an emotion. Generation after generation, the calm ones died younger. The afraid ones lived and had more children. Slowly, fear of the dark was written into us, not as a choice, as instinct, as reflex. So when you feel that dread tonight, understand this. It isn't weakness. It's a survival trait. You are descended from the most cautious humans who ever lived. The brave ones, the careless ones, they didn't make it. Every person on Earth comes from the scaredy cats. We are all the children of the ones who ran. But evolution didn't stop at just making us afraid. It changed the way we think in the dark. When you can't see, your brain refuses to wait. It doesn't gather evidence. It guesses. And it's rigged to always guess the worst. Picture that caveman again, alone, in the dark. On the ground in front of him, a coiled rope. His brain doesn't see a rope. It sees a snake. He leaps back, heart pounding, for nothing. Scientists even have a name for this. They call it agent detection. In the dark, a bush becomes a bear. A shadow becomes a stranger. A branch becomes a reaching arm. And here is the ruthless logic behind it. Think a stick is a snake and you're wrong? You lose nothing. You feel silly for a second. But think a snake is a stick and you're wrong? You die. The 2 mistakes do not cost the same. So the brains that panicked at nothing survived, and the brains that stayed calm eventually did not. That false alarm system is still running today. It's why a coat on a chair becomes a person. It's why your closet door feels wrong at 3 in the morning. It's just your brain crying wolf to keep you alive. But here is something almost everyone gets wrong. We say we're afraid of the dark, but darkness is just empty. There is nothing in it. So what are we actually afraid of? Watch closely. A human in a bright, Well-lit room, perfectly calm. Flip the lights off, instant unease. Lights on, calm, off, panic, on, calm again. The room never changed, only our information did. The dark doesn't add a monster to the room. It takes away our most important sense, sight. And then it hands control over to our imagination. And we already know exactly what imagination does with silence. It fills the gap with predators, with threats. So the fear of the dark is really a fear of uncertainty, of not knowing what's there. The monster was never real. The monster was always waiting inside your own head. And then, somewhere in our deep past, we found it. The one thing that could push the darkness back. Fire. Fire changed absolutely everything for us. It gave us light, where we had only ever had none. It scared off the night hunters who feared the flames. And for the first time in our entire history, the night was no longer purely a time of terror. We could carve out a small circle of safety. And inside that circle, something new was born. With the predators held back, humans could finally stay awake, together, safe, with nothing to do but talk. Many scientists think this is exactly where storytelling began. Humans around a fire, keeping the dark at bay, with nothing but words. And what do you think those very first stories were about? The dark? The things lurking just past the edge of the flames? We took the fear that had haunted us for millions of years, and we turned it into our very first entertainment. Every ghost story, every horror film, every monster under the bed, all of it traces back to a human sitting by a fire daring to laugh at the night. Which brings us all the way back to you. Tonight, in your home, with the lights off, you have bulbs brighter than any campfire. You have deadbolts, alarms, and a glowing phone in your pocket. The leopards are gone. The saber-tooths are long extinct. So why does crossing a dark room still feel wrong? Why does some small part of you still want to run? Because evolution is slow, painfully slow. This fear was carved into us over 2 million years. Electric light has existed for barely 200, and 2 centuries is nothing against 2 million years. Your body has no idea the predators are gone. It only knows the ancient rule burned in deep. Lights off, senses down, danger possible. Be ready to run. So the next time you rush up the stairs in the dark, or check the closet just one more time, don't be embarrassed by it. That fear kept your family alive. It is a gift handed down by 1,000 generations of ancestors who were simply too smart to die. The fear of the dark isn't a flaw in you. It's part of the reason you are here at all. But this is only one ancient instinct still quietly running your life. There is another one you obey every single day without ever noticing. And it's the reason you can't put your phone down. But that is a story for next time.